artists specifically. So the reason we wanted to make this video is because during COVID, of course, there's so much stress and so much uncertainty over what's going to happen in the next few months. People are like, lash artists are worried, about their finances. They're worried about their family members getting sick. Lack of support. It's been a shit show, let's be honest. So what can you do? This video is going to be about what you can do as a lash artist to make sure that you come out of this stronger and better than coming into 2019, when we all thought that COVID was going to last a couple of months or a couple of weeks. Like myself, I thought it was going to be like a week thing or 2 weeks. Anyway, now we're in 2021 and still here. So what can you do to make sure that you don't completely lose it and just actually stay sane during this entire situation? So I've put together some tips for you guys that you can use as lash artists. Also, if you haven't subscribed already to our channel, please be sure to subscribe, because we're gonna come out with helpful information, helpful videos for you guys in order to help you guys grow and evolve as lash artists and beauty professionals. So hopefully you guys find this content useful. So tip number one. The tip number one that I would have for you guys is that you need to value yourself. Like, I know when all of this happened, we're just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? There's so many lash artists that wrote to us. They're like, I just took my course. I just invested like $2,000 into these lash courses, and now I can't even practice. I quit my job. I don't have like any savings. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know how to make lash fans yet. I've only taken 2 clients, and now there's pandemic. Oh my God. So, okay, I understand this can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. However, the most important thing why I say value yourself is that it's important to avoid criticizing yourself and being kind of negative towards yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're criticizing yourself, that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you get to a better place. It's not going to help matters whatsoever. What's going to help is actually being reasonable and kind to yourself, and understand that this is it's a global pandemic. I mean, there's a recession. It's a global pandemic. Yes, Richard. So this is our cat, Richard. He likes attention, so he likes to participate in all activities. So this is actually my anxiety buster and my stress reliever. Without this cat, like, I don't know what I would do, but he's amazing. I'm sure those of you guys who have animals can understand the importance of having a pet. Like, it's so therapeutic. So if you don't have a pet yet, maybe it's time to consider one. So anyway, let's get back to valuing yourself. You really need to value yourself. Stop telling yourself, oh, I'm bad, I'm this, I'm bad, like I can't even accomplish making fans. I don't even know how to make lash fans, or I haven't even done 1 client yet, or 2 or 3, or I've only done 2 or 3. Listen, it's a pandemic, but you can make the best of a bad situation. So considering you have a lot of time, maybe you can do things that are going to raise your self-esteem in this terrible, bad situation. You can, for example, if you live with your parents, you can maybe ask your mom to do her lashes, or you could practice on one of those sponges and do like 200-300 fans a day to help you with your fan making skills, because obviously that's a skill that needs to be continuously evolving, and it's going to help you get faster as you start doing clients, or even practicing on a mannequin to apply those fans. Speaking of fans, we have a really, really good online course on making lash fans. So I'll link it below. It's only $149. It's only going to be available for the next month, I believe. So if you're interested in perfecting your fanning techniques, be sure to check it out. It's all online, tons of useful information. So yeah, check that out. But on to step number 2. So another important step here is, I don't know about you guys, but when this pandemic hit, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, I started going and like buying chips and cookies and just like munching in front of the TV and being like, this is terrible. I've also picked up a really bad habit, which is like vaping. So like nothing bad, just like nicotine, but still like it's something that is not that great. So this is another thing that the pandemic has unfortunately brought upon me. So anyway, the reason I'm sharing this is that, you know, it's important to take care of your body now much more than ever. So you really need to make sure that you're getting that exercise. In fact, after this video, I'm headed to the gym to do my 1-hour workout. Make sure you sleep enough. I know for those of you who have kids and no childcare, it's really hard, but you know, like you need to take the time to sleep well, to eat well, to drink. Make sure you're drinking enough water, eating nutritious meals. Like, I know it sounds it's like, okay, of course, obviously I should be doing that, but the thing is, it's much easier said than done. And sometimes it's important to have a reminder that like, okay, yes, I need to just get back on the right track, because let's be honest, I haven't been. And I'm being honest with myself, I haven't necessarily been on the right track with that either. And so it's important to constantly reevaluate and seeing like, okay, I need to get back on the right track. The other extremely important aspect is to surround yourself with really good people. So if you have any toxic people that are bringing you down in your life, friends, family, doesn't matter, it's important to kind of either spend less time with them or distance yourself completely, because if people are not going to necessarily believe in your skills as a lash artist, especially with everything going on right now, especially for those who just started, I'm sure you have family members that are telling you like, forget this, or friends that are like, forget it, just go get a regular job, like go get a stable job. I think that if it's your passion and if you're serious and you're willing to put in the work, despite the fact that it's a recession, you can still make it and you can still be successful. So that's important to remember. So just surround yourself with positive people and be positive yourself towards yourself. So that will really make a huge difference in terms of what you will be able to accomplish and how you're going to feel about yourself, because that little nagging voice inside your head that's telling you like, oh, you're not good enough, like eventually you start to believe it, and then you're like, oh, what's the point? I'm not going to take another client now, like I'm not good anyway, so what's the point? So the other really important aspect and tip that can help you guys is to meditate. Meditating. I know it's hard to find the time, but sometimes you just need 5 minutes a day to meditate. I meditate when I go to the gym, and like I'll just walk on the treadmill and I'll like put some music on and I quiet my mind. I try to anyway, but then I still have thoughts like, oh, I need to do this, but that's how I try to do it. Some people like to do it in the morning, but it really, really helps with anxiety, with depression, with just stress overall. And we know that we're living in a time where the stress can be pretty heavy, especially right now. And then the other thing that I want you guys to remember is to set really realistic goals. So I understand like maybe before this pandemic, you guys were like, okay, my goal is to open my salon within 6 months of starting to be a lash artist, or I want to have a salon and have like 5 to 10 people working under me within like a year, let's say. We all have had to adjust our goals. We've all had to kind of like shift and be like, okay, well, what's realistic right now? That's where like your entrepreneurial skills should come into effect. So like, For example, a lot of lash artists, when everything closed, started making strip lashes, like customized strip lashes for their clients, and selling their clients strip lashes, which I thought was so genius, because I mean, you're making something, it's keeping your mind occupied, you're making money, you're keeping your clients happy. Like, that's a genius idea, genius example. So I mean, that's just one example, but the point is that whatever it is that you start doing to generate more income, to get you to point B, when, you know, all of this hopefully is getting better and the salons are start seeing more clients, and then, you know, everything improves in terms of like the global pandemic, as well as from the recessional point of view. So it's really important to kind of like come up with new ideas as to how you can generate more income. And so setting clear goals with yourself, like you may need to readjust those goals. If you had an idea to open a salon in 6 months, it may be that you may only be able to open it in a year or in a year and a half. Like, nobody really knows. But it's important to kind of reevaluate your goal and be like, okay, this is out of my control. I can't control a global pandemic, but I can do the best I can to kind of be resilient towards what's happening and adjust my expectations. And so that's, you're not going to beat yourself up so much about it. You're going to be more kind of, I guess, gentle with yourself in terms of like, okay, you know, it's not my fault, and I haven't reached my goals, not because I didn't put in the work, but because, you know, there's external factors that happened that I had no control over. So that's a really important one. And then the other one that would be really important is to avoid drugs and alcohol. Especially alcohol, I think keep it to a minimum, because it's really easy to just like go reach for some wine and then lose motivation, and etc., etc. So it's self-explanatory, obviously. And then the last one is really just get help if you need it. So if you really feel like you're not coping, despite doing most of these tips and exercising and trying to talk yourself out of when you're feeling really anxious or depressed or stressed out, and you don't have that much support or family, it's important to reach out to a health professional, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to help you get out of like the black hole that you're in, if you're not able to do it by yourself. Like, it's important to not like be ashamed of it, because it's not something to be ashamed of. So many people have anxiety, depression. I think the statistics are like 1 out of 5, but that's reported. Can you imagine how much unreported? Almost, I would say like probably like 30% have. I'm not gonna like throw around these numbers, but just think of your people around you, and you can probably make your own statistics. So a lot of people have stress, anxiety, depression, and other health problems, so mental health problems. So it's important to understand that when you're not coping, you're not feeling good, and you just can't get out of it, to just reach out for help, because that's what's gonna help you. And there is help available, obviously. So hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and which tip you're planning on implementing in your life as a lash artist. And so hopefully you guys liked it, and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Galina, and I'll see you guys